Welcome, Voltron fans. This is Mark Morrell, your host for Let's Voltron, the official Voltron podcast. We're here for another exciting podcast, and this time it's our VoltCon 2023 review. So I have to bring on my co-host, Greg Tyler. Welcome, Greg.
Hello, Mark. Hello, Voltron fans across the universe. We're back. We're back from VoltCon 2023, and we're with three of the amazing people who brought it to life. As with the previous four VoltCons, this was the fifth VoltCon. And do you want to introduce them, Mark?
Yes. So we have our VoltCon 2023 organizers. We have Kevin Clark. Hi, Kevin.
Hey. Good to be back, guys. Good to see you.
All right. And then we also have Patrick and Savannah O'Connor.
Hi.
Hey, guys.
Hello.
Good to see you all again.
Great to see you.
So Greg and I are growing more facial hair these days.
Yes.
They still doing No Shave November? Is that what this is?
Yeah, and
That's right.
oh, look at that.
Yes,
Very
we're not
nice.
quite at the dog stage with the facial hair, but yeah. Yeah, I've been telling Mark that I'm his beard Padawan learner, and he's
Nice.
teaching me the ways of the beard force. So yeah,
It's the right time of year for it. You might as well have a face sweater.
that's right. So how are you all doing in the wake of VoltCon 2023?
Yeah, just trying to get back into ordinary life after con life.
I
it's,
miss everybody.
it's really difficult.
already.
Really difficult.
Yeah. Recovering, resting. It's weird not having anything to do. Like you go those last couple months, you were like every day just trying to crank stuff out, and all of a sudden you're just done. And it's
Right.
nice, but it's really weird. It's like, I don't know what to do now.
What is my whole rest of my life going to be about?
Yeah. Until
Well-
January.
You could give your Castle of Lions replica a basement, maybe a finished basement, swimming pool.
There you go.
The
Oh my
next
god,
phase.
that thing is getting wild. I love it.
It's like it's growing.
It's
It's
yeah. It's out of control.
Yeah.
Turn into a spaceship next.
Oh. If I turn into a spaceship, I will let that thing fly away because I need the room in my house.
Somebody at VoltCon had mentioned you should make a live scale version of that now. They actually wanted you to make a house that was like the Castle of Lions.
A
That's
1-to-1
funny.
scale.
One-to-one
Voltron
scale.
Castle
It
Lions.
would be a swanky house. I mean, have you seen that thing? It's really, really like lifestyles of the rich and famous.
I mean,
Hey,
if
we
I
did
had
the best we
unlimited
could
funds,
with the pillars, you know.
Right. I mean,
cool.
I've seen people that were big fans of Star Trek that made like Star Trek The Next Generation in their house. You know?
Like, have the bridge. set
I
up or
always
something.
wanted to do
Yeah.
that thing. I wanted to do a Star Trek Next Generation basement. It
Mhm.
hasn't happened yet.
Right.
That would be cool.
But yeah, that
You
would
did
be
think of
tough to
making a
do.
Starship Gray.
I did.
So I did want to say this was the 5th year of VoltCon, and I wanted to give proper, due to all the people that have been involved with your convention for the last 5 years. So in your program, it does mention the additional staff, volunteers, head of security, corporate liaison, audiovisual technician, graphic artist, registration head, hospitality, and the con chairs, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So is it okay if I just list their names? Is that okay?
Absolutely, please. Yeah, we want.
Yeah.
Okay, so of course
Their names out there.
the con chairs were Kevin Clark and Patrick O'Connor, and hospitality was Savannah O'Connor, and registration head Liz Shun.
But
Right.
also, it was Liz Shun, but it's actually really
Also?
Lainey,
Okay.
her daughter,
Elaine
Okay.
Grady.
Elaine Grady.
Yeah.
Also, they kind
Great.
of shared the role.
That's great. This is where you guys can fill in for us. All right. The graphic artist was Tom Soltis again.
Yes.
Mhm.
Audiovisual technician was Ricky Lyle. Love Ricky.
We can't do it without Ricky.
Right.
Corporate liaison was Andrew Allen. Is that pronounced right?
Yeah,
Yes.
Oh,
he does that fun stuff.
okay. Head of security, Danny Monahan.
Yes.
Yep.
He also does AV as well.
Okay, great.
He's a big guy, so we also.
And your additional staff and volunteers include Ryan Howe, Luisana Rodriguez, Elaine Grady, Claire Manfroy, Kevin Nettles.
Our videographer.
Yeah, okay. Kathy Dake.
Yep.
And Lauren
Bless her
Potts.
heart. I hope she's feeling better. She had a
Yeah.
little bit of a spot of a cold and
Yep.
had to go home early, but we love
Hmm.
her oodles. And Claire was my PA sort of as we help me with all of the food and all that fun stuff.
Right.
Ryan, of course, does everything. You know, Ryan.
Yes.
Right.
He's Colton Ecker. He's our
Yes.
mascot, as well as our game master for all of the gaming area. So.
And he
That
had his
was-
first panel this year.
Yes,
And his
Yep.
first panel this year. He's so excited.
Yep.
that was great.
Yep.
It was good. It was really good. I was really proud of him.
So I wanted to mention that Friday night, this is when this all started for the VIPs. We had the guests that were there, including ourselves. And then we had the VIPs in the, what did you call that? The
Con suite?
the con suite, but
Sal's.
Oh, Rep
Prep
Sal's.
Sal's.
Repit Sal's, right?
Because I wanted
Yes.
to make a Prep at Sal's diner outfit.
Right. And you were dressed the part. It was great. It was great. So
Sustenance was prepared.
so there was one new thing that was there this year at the con suite that we've never seen before. There was Voltron beer.
Oh, right.
That was a surprise even to us.
Yeah.
Yes.
I knew it was coming. I just didn't know how much. So
Yeah.
I think there was plenty.
Yeah, Defender of the Universe, Voltron.
Yes.
If you're
Awesome.
ever in Missouri, Four Hands Brewing Company apparently makes this fun stuff. I
Right.
mean, they donated a lot. But yeah,
Yeah,
they were both IPAs. They've got 2 volumes so far.
right.
Definitely support them. Yeah, Four Hands Brewing Company. They have volume 1, which was a hunk inspired
Yes.
yellow lion, and they have volume 2, which is a green lion
Yes.
inspired. That one was mango kiwi, a fruity IPA, and the first one was sort of classic pale ale. So yeah, it was really people were super excited.
Oh, that was the hit of the,
That was-
the VIP party.
That was definitely a delight. I believe World Events Production was kind enough to bring those over since and just donate them for the festivities, and that was lovely.
And I have to say the timing couldn't have been any better because they had just come off of the manufacturing line and had just gotten labeled and
Right.
packaged up and everything. And Bob and Jeremy brought it in the RV.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, couldn't have worked out better.
It was so kind, and
Great.
and people were so excited. A lot of people that don't even drink were just like, "Please, I want an empty." Like, tell me.
that's what happened. Marika, when I was done with mine for that the Green Line one, I
Yeah.
gave her the empty, and she was thankful for that. But yeah, so I actually
Trying to
only
make sure that everybody, hopefully, I hope everybody got to take.
We tried to keep people from hoarding.
a souvenir when they're due home to them.
right.
So,
But
it was very
this-
sweet.
this is one in a long line of merchandising, and licensing, things that have come together for, just around the time of VoltCon that have been pretty exciting.
Yeah.
So this is another one of those things. But I also wanted to say how well you guys did the con suite on Friday night, and it was really, really special for the VIPs. And it seemed to go on longer this year than past years. I know Kevin wanted to get some sleep, but
I
Yeah.
feel like there were maybe twice as many people in there this year.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I think
it was
everybody
very
who had a
fun.
badge showed up this year, whether it was VIP or not. So
I wasn't. Yes, I
But
understand.
it's all
Well,
good.
at first we had all the VIPs come in, and
Right.
then as the evening wore on, then
Yeah.
it was more of just a social space.
Mhm.
That's fine. I don't mind. I think that's great. Doesn't bother me.
Right.
Let them mingle.
So then we come into Saturday. Okay. So we're kicking off VoltCon, right? On Saturday. I did want to mention that you had a number of guests lined up. Okay. So I wanted to say that you guys did a great job with the VoltCon 2023 program.
Thank
Okay. Just a reminder that it took place on October 14th and 15th of 2023. And there in the program, you also had you had an artist that you had picked out as the
Poster contests.
yeah, the poster contest. That's
Yep.
correct. Do you know who the person was that won that?
It was Terrence Muncie.
Okay, great.
Yep.
Congratulations, Terrence. So that was in the program, and then also all of our guests. So we had Jeremy Corey and Bob Koppler. And then we had myself and Greg
Oh, hey, I know those guys.
and Shannon.
Miss Shannon.
And then we had the Shake-Ups.
Oh yeah.
I think I've heard of them.
And then we also had Mama Voltron, Marika Levine, and Eric Stocker.
All right.
Yeah.
So, and Eric Stocker did a little special something for you guys right before you guys came on to introduce the whole con, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
Yep.
he did.
he did.
I'm going to play that right now, and this is how it was introduced. Eric came on, and this was before Patrick and Kevin came on to kick off the whole convention, and he just wanted to do a thank you to all you guys for putting together a convention where everybody who's a Voltron fan can come from all over the world and come here and feel, like they belong here, because everybody here is awesome, and everybody here is just here to celebrate Voltron.
Right.
So it was great because he had come to us ahead of time about this, and he had said, hey, all the past guests that have been on VoltCon these past 5 years, could you reach out to them and maybe ask them if they would do a short little thank you video for everybody who organized VoltCon over these years. And so we reached out, and we did get some people that came back and gave us some videos. So this is what Eric did for us.
Hi, Kevin, Patrick, Savannah. Just wanted to congratulate you on the 5th anniversary of VoltCon. It's grown and gotten better and better every single year. I just can't tell you the joy that it's brought me and Voltron fandom all around the country and even the world. And just want to say it's about bringing people together, and you guys have certainly managed to do that and have created quite a magnificent community. So congratulations, 5 years running strong, and here's to the next 5 years of VoltCon.
Oh, hi there. It's Jeremy, former creative there at World Events and Voltron. You caught me admiring my exclusive limited edition print. Wanted to wish everyone a happy 5th anniversary, five years old at VoltCon. Patrick, Savannah, Kevin, the rest, the whole crew, all the volunteers. Happy 5th anniversary from the folks at Voltron. love my signed poster from all the voiceover actors. Voltron's been such a huge part of my life, continues to be, and would love that the legacy goes on. And we will see you this month at VoltCon. See you then. High five.
Here's wishing Kevin, Patrick, Savannah, and the VoltCon team a happy 5th anniversary. I look forward to being there again, maybe next year. I hope so. Congratulations again.
Hello, Voltron Force. I just want to say a special thanks to Kevin, Patrick, Savannah, all the organizers and volunteers that keep all this going. It's so incredible what you do. And I was very, very lucky myself to get involved in Voltron so long ago. I got prematurely gray from there. But it's amazing what's happened, and although we all know about forming the head and the legs and the arms, you guys have really formed the heart. And we're all very grateful that you can keep the passion for Voltron going. It's amazing. It's still a lasting story, and it's one of my great life experiences and all the crazy professional entertainment experiences I've had. So I can't thank you enough. I'm sorry I can't be with you there this year. Last year was extraordinary. And I will do everything I can to get it on my schedule for next year. But enjoy, and thanks again to all of you for keeping it going. It's really extraordinary, and thanks for everything. Go Voltron Force!
Voltron, defender of the universe.
Voltron, defender of the universe.
Happy 5th anniversary, VoltCon. Thank you, Kevin, Patrick, Savannah, all the other organizers and volunteers that have made VoltCon a success in the last 5 years. We can't believe there's a Voltron convention. We couldn't believe that there was a Voltron podcast back when we started it. But this is real, this is happening, and we are so excited to come to the 5th year of VoltCon. So thank you for joining us, and we look forward to more VoltCons year after year with all the great people here to share with it.
Happy 5th anniversary, VoltCon. Thank you so much to everyone who has made VoltCon a dream given form, to steal a phrase from Babylon 5. 5 years. What is that? Oh, yeah, it's 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. Yeah, it's 5. 5 years, 5 awesome years. Thanks so much again for all that you've done, and let's hope for 5 and many more. Thanks again.
From being so accommodating at my first appearance at VoltCon 2021 through today, thank you to everyone involved with VoltCon for 5 incredible years, especially the con organizers who have gone above and beyond to make this happen.
Happy 5th anniversary, VoltCon, from your friends at the Robotech Convention Tour.
Happy 5th anniversary, VoltCon. Just wanted to take a moment and say thank you for letting me be a part of this amazing event. Who knew back in 2019 when we all walked through that door that we'd be creating a legacy and finding a new family? I'm very proud to be a part of it. I love you guys. Happy 5th anniversary again, VoltCon. You are legendary.
Well, it's my turn, and I get to follow all of that. Yeah. So I always thought at the end of these video montages, there would be something like a huge wow factor, leave the crowd wanting for more. And, well, Anyway, welcome to Year 5 VoltCon. It's been a blast. I wanted to just thank you all for all the hard work and dedication you've put in over the years to make this one of the best con experiences I've ever known. Thank you to all the family members that keep showing up and making it what it is today. You guys are fantastic, and let's hope we have many, many more. Oh, by the way, I did say something about that leaving the crowd wanting for more. Maybe this guy will help.
Here I am, Michael Bell, Lance, and especially for Tara. Sven, this was a real pleasure to talk to you, Tara. I'm so glad you're a fan. I don't have many, to be honest to you, but especially since I died so fast. However, this is really a treat. And to Tara, And to all of you at VoltCon, hey, those of you that have birthdays, happy birthday. And those of you that have anniversaries, happy anniversary. And just hello. Hello to all of you. And stay tuned. Who knows? Maybe someday I'll be back as somebody's father or grandfather. Take care. Bye-bye.
Now,
Kevin,
what
you
were
look like you didn't tear up at all this time.
Yeah. What would you say were your initial reactions, Kevin? We'll start with Kevin. Kevin, what were your initial reactions to this thank you video?
Complete shock. Everybody kept it from me. I had no idea. And then as every person that went on that kept coming on the screen one after another, I was just like, you've got to be kidding me. And then I saw McKeever and Franklin and just crazy. Everybody, and just it was a total shock. It was really cool. It was really nice and just unexpected, and it was dirty to start with that. Dirty. Don't ever do that to me again. Save that stuff to the end, because I was an emotional wreck the entire weekend. I cried at the drop of a hat. I did so good last year, and then this year I was just like some hot mess.
But I have to say that was sort of like the beginning of Love Fest, because there was a lot of love going around about thanking you guys for everything you did for VoltCon over these years, these last 5 years. And we all know it's a lot of work. And you know, Greg and I want to thank you for making us a part of it as well, because this is something special we can go to every year, and it's like getting together with our found family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Big time.
So what, Patrick, what was your initial reaction?
I had an inkling there was something going on, because Eric always kind of, telegraphs it a little bit before he does it. But I wouldn't say I was in disbelief, but it was just like the sweetest thing I think I've ever seen. Just have all of you guys on there one after another. And then obviously, and topping it off with Michael Bell at the end was I was in disbelief about that, but it was just the sweetest thing you guys put together, and we loved it. And I rewatched it over and over again.
Yeah, that was actually a cameo that he had to pay for Michael Bell to do that for him.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That was kind of the format of it. It seemed like it was one of those. That's like even sweeter though.
A lot of voice actors do that these days. They do those little cameo things, and you can have that done for you. You just
personalize
pay them, and it becomes a personalized message. So it's really cool.
Yeah. And of course, Michael Bell, he's got a very long history with Voltron, and it served him well over the years. So I'm sure a lot of what he said was genuine and personal, to the extent that it could be, with his involvement with Voltron over the years. So it was what a video. My goodness. I had no idea it was going to be anything like that. That was really phenomenal.
So big thank you to Eric Stocker for putting that together. That really came from the heart. And when Steve Sterling found out about it, he thought it was a great idea. He thought it was a super idea. And he really appreciated the fact that Eric was doing this for you guys. So that was great.
Steve, everybody had really touching things to say, but I do remember specifically some of the stuff that Sterling was saying. Yeah.
And he actually wants to come back.
Yeah. I'm very hopeful about maybe for the 40th,
Yeah. So we are coming up on the 40th anniversary this coming year in 2024 for Voltron. So we're looking forward to that.
Yep.
But then
Eric showed me the video the night before, because I was running Consuite, and the cupcakes and the things, and I was doing all that, and he knew I wasn't going to be at opening ceremonies because I'd be getting the lunch stuff ready. So he pulled me aside and showed it to me. So then I had to go back, mascara, down my face, and not tell Patrick what I had seen.
Oh, wow.
Secrecy. It's like, what's wrong? Nothing. I'm
Nothing.
fine.
Everything's.
You're fine.
Oh, goodness.
I'm
It's
sorry.
interesting to note that was one of the few times that Kevin and I were both there, actively involved with the thing, because we were both running around kind of all weekend. And so like he would be in for the cosplay contest while I was moving band equipment, and then I would be in and he would be off doing something. So we were almost kind of tag teaming throughout the weekend.
Well, and Eric asked several times, like, they're both going to be at opening ceremonies, right? They're both going to be at opening ceremonies, right? They're both going to be at opening ceremonies.
He made sure we were there before it started.
Yeah.
It was so sweet, so sweet.
That was great.
But I was really excited, and so then I think I texted Patrick after opening ceremonies. I'm like, how did opening ceremonies go? So I was excited to know what his reaction was. Anything special happen?
So that was that. I'm sorry. I know it was emotionally devastating for you, but I thought that was a great way to kick off the con.
No, it was great. I loved it.
Yeah. But then immediately after your opening ceremonies, we got to the Voltron documentary trailer preview.
Yes.
So
Voltron.
Can you guys describe Kevin and the work that he's been doing to put together this whole documentary?
He's been sitting in at our meetings for years and, filming interviews with people. I know he was doing a lot of filming of interviews last year. And he's just been kind of there with a camera most of the time when we get together for meetings, or anytime we're getting ready to go on stage to introduce a panel or whatever. We see him off in the corner with a camera.
So
like, I wonder what he's putting together.
I have to preface this by saying this is Kevin Nettles, also known as KNet.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Not Kevin Clark.
No, I don't have that kind of talent whatsoever.
So many Kevins.
But yeah, he showed us a preview of what the documentary could be like, and it looks like it's going to be really cool. I really thought it was really nice.
I think it will be. He's really talented and has won several awards and has made a few short films, and he made me look pretty darn good on that. So I'm like, wow. I can't wait to see the whole thing. I'm like, who knew what a little background music could do for somebody? Wow. I need that in my daily life. It's fantastic.
Your everyday walking music or something like that, right?
Walking down the street.
You have to follow you around and play swelling music.
That's right.
And gently waft your hair and light you.
Yeah. So I can't wait for the completed thing next year, which I'm assuming we probably would play that for our Saturday night movie next year, Patrick, maybe?
Possibly, yeah. I'm hoping that it's ready by then. Yeah.
That would be so exciting.
Oh,
we have to have a cartoon before the movie.
Absolutely.
A little cartoon before the movie.
Well, we also don't know how long the documentary will be.
That's true.
Because I told him I loved the trailer after he showed it, and I said, but you covered so much in the trailer. I don't know what you're going to do for the other 90 minutes. And he said, 90 minutes? so I guess we'll see how long it is.
Okay.
Well, he's got 5 years of footage, so I think he'll manage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that was exciting to see as a kickoff, after the opening ceremony. So that was great. Then at 10:30 on Saturday, we did this Lions, No Tigers, No Bears, oh my. And that was talking about the 5 Lions of Voltron. And of course, that was with myself and Greg and Shannon.
Yeah, that was fun.
So and we specifically wanted to highlight the Lions this year, being that it was the 5th year. There's 5 Lions, so we thought it kind of worked out.
Yeah, it was great.
I'm sad I missed that one. So, do you guys record those?
Yes, I was going to mention something.
Do tell more. How
Yes. In addition to this podcast, we will be releasing on our YouTube channel videos of each of those panels that we did as the podcast. So you will get to see the lions, no tigers, no bears, oh my, on our YouTube channel.
He didn't plant me to say that. I actually was curious.
Yes, but look for it as soon as this podcast comes out. Look for those other videos to come out soon after. Okay, and those will all be coming out in between this podcast and our 10th anniversary podcast, which is coming out in December.
All right.
Congrats.
That's crazy stuff.
Which we're going to mention in a little bit. Yeah. But right after the Lions, No Tigers, No Bears, oh my, we did the Voltron movie Multiverse of Madness, which was at 11:30, and that was with Bob Koppler and Jeremy Corey.
Yeah.
Jeremy's so
and
charming.
That was fun.
He was a lot. I mean, Bob always is, but Jeremy has a lot of energy.
He has a zippy one-liner ready for any scenario, it seems.
He does. He does.
I know. He's making pop culture references all the time. You know, he just zings them right in there.
Yeah.
But this particular panel was going over some of the unproduced movie screenplays that have actually happened in the past for Voltron.
Mm-hmm.
And he mentioned the Justin Marks screenplay.
Mm-hmm.
And then he mentioned one of the screenplays that was it was produced by Relativity Media, and I think it was Josh Oppenheimer's screenplay. But in both of those situations, those were things that happened on Earth, and it was like a post-apocalyptic Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So they went through the actual premise of the movies, and even acted out some scenes.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, post-apocalyptic Earth is easier to production design than an alien planet, I suppose.
Yeah.
So I understand, but we'll see what actually happens, because that license is still floating, and I think they have more nibbles.
Oh no, they're working on it.
I mean, I know they're working actively on something else, but
I
haven't heard anything else more.
Yeah, we saw the concept trailer last year, and it was fantastic.
Yes, and I have finally gotten to see that too, even though I wasn't here last year.
Oh, you did get to see it. That's cool.
I haven't seen it.
I know. I'm sorry, Savannah.
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
It's my fault.
Security was very tight. They took everyone's cell phones as they went in. That was.
I took the bullet.
This year I asked Ricky, by the way, did you record that?
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I did not.
Yeah. When Bob showed it to me, his laptop had to take some of my blood first, and then I was able to see it. But yeah. So
thought it was going to be a laptop where it shows it, and then it just the screen goes black, and it just smoke comes out of it, and it self-destructs.
Yeah. So we are looking forward to hearing more about the movie next year. So we'll see. The next thing that happened after that was at 1 p.m. Can We Poke It from Tune to Tangible? And that was Greg Tyler and Eric Stocker.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I don't remember who approached whom. I think Eric might have approached me. I don't remember. Or we were just chatting offline and thinking about maybe doing something, and that was just a lot of fun. So basically it was the idea of what are some ways in which you can take things that you see only in an animated cartoon and make them tangible, something you can poke. And that was just a lot of fun. Obviously Eric has done a whole lot of stuff over the years, and I don't have nearly the volume of work that he has produced in terms of being so prolific, because he's made amazing stuff. But I once again chatted about the 3D printed vehicle Voltron from a few years back, and talked a little bit about the Voltron Force project that I've been working on and off. And just different approaches, to how you might go about making something actually physically exist and functional to do whatever it is that you set out to make it do. Just different approaches. So that was a lot of fun, and it was a lot. We had a rough outline, but it was a lot of it was just winging it as we went with a rough idea of how to go, and that was a fun, different take on things because. When I've worked on stuff for the podcast panels, they've tended to be more structured, and so this was a chance to just sort of cut loose a little bit. So that was a lot of fun. And Eric, of course, is awesome.
Yeah,
it's fascinating.
So it was like in Close Encounters of the Third Kind, they do the whole thing where the one person paints, but the other person sculpts. So then he actually knows where all the pieces of the mountain are because he did a full 3D model sculpture of it.
Yeah.
What a different type of art that is, and how much more data you have to have in order to make that happen.
Oh yeah. It's just a lot of fun. Eric and I have chatted back and forth quite a bit over the last year or so, and since we both made things that transform, just the idea that it is not trivial to take something that looks like it works on TV and make it actually work. So major tip of the hat to all the people who make transforming anything.
They're an engineering marvel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
I can tell you, other than the toys that came out for Voltron Legendary Defender, which already would give you lots of reference material, from a 3D aspect, point of view, but also those digital NFTs that came out also would be something that you could use to look at the Voltron Legendary Defender Voltron and all the lions too, because they made the lions as well.
Right.
So, that would be one way of doing it.
Oh, sure.
But when you have to go back to the old stuff and it's only in cartoon form and it's not necessarily 3D-ish and they don't always show all the angles and you have to kind of make it up as you go along. And Eric was talking about even the Robotech stuff, when he made the helmet and everything, you could never see all angles of the helmets.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Helmets are never drawn correctly in anime. It's really weird. It's like, the Macross, the Valkyrie helmets, and Mospeada, the Rider armor helmets, the visors don't jibe with the seam down below the mouth guard area. And of course, even in Voltron Legendary Defender, this Paladin helmets do not quite jibe. They don't quite work 3-dimensionally, but they look great in 2D.
Yeah.
We've got some of those Macross helmets actually in here.
Awesome. Cool.
That he made for us.
Nice.
Way cool.
All right. So after Can We Poke It from Tune to Tangible, we went on at 2 p.m. to From Toys of Long Ago to Today and Beyond. And that was with Pete White. That was his first panel as well.
Exciting.
I said this before when we were talking about the sort of the pre-show. But we had an unprecedented amount of people that wanted to do panels this year, and it was really great.
That is cool.
And Pete was one of those.
And he has the passion and the knowledge, and he was excited, and he did a great job. Everybody told me that he did awesome. I actually saw part of that.
So when you guys are planning ahead for what you're going to put into the program, how far in advance do you let people know, oh, we're looking for submissions?
We had really never made that announcement before. This year, we just happened to get a bunch of people with ideas. And we thought, well, yeah, sure, why not? Yeah. So yeah, we weren't expecting that. Yeah, when we started out, we had to go after people and say, can you do a panel on this? Could you do a panel about this? Do you have any ideas for this? And they just brought them to us this year, and I think it was more of the whole group's convention this year than ever before.
Yeah. After 5 years, people are starting to make it their own, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's beautiful to see.
Yeah. So after that, we went to 3 o'clock, and it was Voltron, the Third Dimension 25th Anniversary, the Making the Myth, the Merchandise. And that was with myself and Greg and Shannon Weir again. So I actually enjoyed putting this one together.
Yeah.
Because it started slow, but we each had our own little niche, right? So Shannon was always more about the story and about plot and you know, all the themes and the myths and all that kind of stuff. So she took the myth part. And of course, Greg was perfect for the merchandise part. and then I enjoy the making of things. So, you know, the whole making of the whole show and everything. And of course, I did the same thing in the 30th anniversary book. So, you know, that was my piece in that as well. So it was kind of like going back to that, but with the third dimension this time.
Yeah.
So
and this is a series that doesn't get really talked about as much. So it's you had more fresh information too.
Yeah.
And we also really lucked into something in the weeks leading up to VoltCon. You know, the Voltron store occasionally puts their rare finds on Facebook, and by sheer dumb luck, weeks before VoltCon, they listed a binder of publicity materials for Voltron: The Third Dimension, and I happened to win, and it included a CD with some super high resolution renders of some of the elements from the show. And that show was only done in standard def, and the ambient lighting level is really low, so it's hard to get any good detailed shots from the show itself. So that really helped us to spice up the presentation with some really nice graphics.
Sweet.
So, yeah, I mean, it really, by looking at it, really made me wish they turned the lights up a little bit on the TV show so we could see some of
The
the detail.
fashion, I think, at the time.
So of course that panel will be another one of those things that we'll have on our YouTube channel following this
I'm curious about
podcast.
the animation portion of it, because I think I'm to understand that some of the people that worked on the animation portion worked on some other of the very early 3D animation from when I was young. I have nostalgia for, so I'm curious. It was a very exciting and bizarre time in animation.
It was very experimental experimental in production, I guess you could say.
I think exciting and bizarre really kind of hits it on the head.
We were having this whole debate on a walk the other day, and he just sort of was talking about how much he doesn't like it, basically. And
it's not, the style of it, you know, just it seemed dated then, but it seems very dated now.
Okay, but you see 250 reclining Venuses, and then somebody saw Kandinsky. Like, it wasn't trying to be
I know
what came before it. It was this new cool thing that was exciting. It wasn't, you know, like the idea that it could ever look the way it does now was not really in anybody's mind. It was this new medium that we thought would always look, you know, robotic and strange and kind of, you know.
It's one of the reasons why we made all of our graphics for this year very video game looking.
Yeah, and I don't want to go off too much on a tangent, but so much in visual effects in live action television at that time, and even in features, they downscaled a lot of what they did or rendered very specifically for the format that was in use at that time. So a lot of shows like Star Trek Deep Space Nine and Star Trek Voyager, when they began to transition to CGI, it's ironic that those shows are would be much more expensive prospects to upgrade to HD than Next Generation was, where all of the original VFX elements were shot on film. So, but the animated shows have the same issue from that time because they were made specifically for standard def television. Unless you can re-render it from the original source, you're kind of out of luck.
The data is just not there.
Nope, it's not there.
On the film cameras, that was getting all kinds of data that they weren't able to use that you can go back and pull out.
Yep.
All right, so following the following the 25th anniversary of the Third Dimension, at 4:00 was the Fashion of Voltron with Mama Voltron, Marika Levine. So the tongue-in-cheek look at the clothing choices made by the original animators of Beast King Go Lion. The good, the bad, and the what were they thinking?
Did she talk about the fringe?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure she did.
I love the fringe.
Yeah, do you think some of those things were taken like from old movies or old things that Japanese used to like in the early days of Hollywood or something like that when they saw period pieces?
Very possible, yeah.
Japanese animation had such a weird it was such a weird game of telephone where they would look at American animation and like then mirror it back in a way that was just fun and bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can see that all the way through from original Disney influence, you know, to how the anime style developed. So,
so could be
Okay.
all from the other team shows that were similar.
Oh yeah,
they kind of had certainly the body types. That was kind of the body types of the different personality types that were in the the 5-person teams.
You mean like G-Force?
Yeah, all of those. And the body types kind of dictate the costume types.
If only they'd gotten Casey Kasem to voice Keith.
Yeah. The plucky prodigy and the beefy dude and the
the girl they call Princess, whether she is one or not.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we were followed at 5 p.m. by entering a cosplay contest, a how-to guide. Mm-hmm. So that was Ivy Webster, Jax Lang. I need your help on this one, Kevin.
Lanchin.
Yes.
Right.
Thank you. And Leonidas. So Jackson, Leonidas, Lanchin, and Ivy Webster.
Correct.
All right. So was this their first time doing a panel too?
Jackson, Leo have done panels before.
Right.
They did a shipping panel previously.
Yeah, they did a shipping panel a couple of times previously, and Ivy had not done one before. So
okay.
So they teamed up for this.
All right. So they had some award-winning cosplays on display and discussion of works in progress.
And they had a lot of interesting insights about how different types of cosplay contests are run rules-wise and so forth. They've been around a lot to a lot of conventions, so it was kind of fun. We do ours pretty simple sort of way, but they can become very complicated.
Oh yeah,
very highly competitive.
Definitely.
Things. So it was cool to they told me previously about what they were going to talk about. So it was cool.
I have found it depending on where you go for a cosplay contest, judges could be looking for certain types of things. You know, they could be looking for craftsmanship, you know, how well did you put together what you were putting together? Did you use the right materials? Did you make it practical, you know, to be able to move around in it? You know, and those types of things.
All kinds of other things factor into.
Yeah.
I once saw a video. This is another tangent. Hey, I'm full of them. I saw a video of some cosplay at a convention that I've long since forgotten. It was an amazing Mosquito cyclone armor.
Oh yeah.
You know how back heavy that thing is with the big wheels and all that. And the person was, you know, trudging on the stage as best they could in that enormous costume, and then they fell backward.
No.
Oh my goodness. It was devastating to see. But
it's like being on Lego Masters and dropping your big Lego all over the place.
Like cake shows where you have the giant cake and
yeah.
I will say the only cosplay contest I've ever won anything in, I fell going off the stage.
Oh my!
Off the stage. Oh, I think they heard it if they didn't see it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, so that one was immediately followed at 5:50 p.m. by the actual 2023 cosplay contest for VoltCon. Immediately following the cosplay contest was the first ever Voltron bingo at 8 o'clock.
You know, when Kevin said he wanted to do that, I was like, really? but it was people loved it.
What do you mean, really?
I was like, oh really?
I gotta tell you,
I know how I find this out after the fact.
I loved it.
It
I
was
had
a lot of
blast.
fun.
Yeah,
It
I
really
did
was.
I really liked the way you did the little balls though, that were like all fancy. That was
Well,
really
yeah, you're gonna
Your
do it
props were
right,
good.
baby.
Yeah, your props really were charming. I liked that part of it.
and every bingo card had the 5 colors of Voltron, right?
Well, 6.
Okay.
Yeah. I try to include everybody.
And here was the great thing. After the whole, because you had all kinds of prizes and everything, and when somebody would call bingo, then they would go up and grab a prize from the table. And when it was all said and done, people helped clean up from this thing. Everybody that was there helped clean up. And one of the funny things that I saw was these people are very organized. Everybody put each of the color-coded cards back in the proper color pile.
Oh, no kidding.
They didn't just throw them on a chair all in different colors. No, each color went back where it was.
Unbidden, just sweet people.
Yeah.
These are the kind of people we have at our convention. They're just really nice, really thoughtful people.
Yep.
Lots of hearts.
That's precious.
So after the Voltron bingo was the live performance of the Shake-Ups, Legendary Defenders Live.
Woo!
Oh, there was pizza too, by the way.
Indeed.
Yep.
Yep, and the music.
You guys put on a great show once again.
Thank you.
It was a fun show.
It was a highlight for me because our drummer Steve had not been with us since the previous year's
He had a
performance.
baby, and
Yeah.
so
Oh, wow.
we hadn't gotten to see him most of the year. Yes, the Hinckleys welcomed the 6th member of the Shake-Ups.
And is that the only place that you ever play Meet Me at VoltCon?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
So
I think we may have played it at one other show just because we were doing like 2 sets and it was like right after that or something, and I think we just threw it in as like a fun little extra thing. But yeah, otherwise, besides that one-off, yeah, that's the only place we played.
And as far as at this point, because we change costumes and do new cartoons every year. At this point, when we do Voltron, there's a couple practices maybe beforehand or not, and there's a little bit of a moment of, playing the Voltron songs. I remember those. So
look, I know it all. I just can't remember it all at once.
So fortunately, we did get together and they dusted off real good because we love the Moodles.
Yeah.
So.
Well, one of the cool things is that you have a couple of cosplayers that help you out because you did I'm a leg, I'm a leg, I'm a leg, I'm a leg, I'm a leg,
right?
And you had Tony playing Hunk during that one.
Yeah.
Oh, he was so cute. I love Tony.
And then you had Eric Stocker coming in dressed in the full Voltron outfit.
Yes. Yes. And then
the light up blazing sword.
And during Hey Shiro, we had a double Shiro. We had a big Shiro and a little Shiro. Yeah, Leo was carrying one of I didn't see the face. I don't know. There was a little Shiro. There were lights in my eyes, but there was a small one on his back.
We were kind of indisposed with the names.
I don't know. The details are fuzzy, but it was a lark.
So in keeping with the lion theme that you had mentioned at the beginning, at the end of the night, the Voltron Legendary Defender Lion's Pride Part 1 and 2 were played at 10:15 p.m.
Right.
So that was in keeping with that lion theme. I wanted to mention the fact that you did have a screening area for cartoons, and that was in the back of the Space Mall.
Right.
And so you did have things like Voltron Defender of the Universe from the original 1984 show. You had things like Science Ninja Team, Gotcha Man, the movie, Gundam Seed, The Mysterious Cities of Gold, Interstellar 5555, Star Blazers, Space Battleship Yamato 2199, Mazinger Z, Macross, and Robotech Love Live Alive. You had a whole bunch of things in there, and they were all great for both Saturday and Sunday. So then going to the Sunday schedule. By the way, how are you guys feeling after Saturday?
I think we were exhausted.
Yeah.
I was in good spirits.
We were in good spirits, yeah.
I got more sleep than usual, and I think for the con, I think.
I was much more comfortable on Sunday because I had a very over-the-top Korean Paladin cosplay for Saturday, and it was difficult to move around in. And so when I got to Sunday, I was like, wow, I can finally take it easy.
Yeah.
Friday's the stressful day, really.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's so much
getting everything
so much
there,
work.
trying to set everything up, and all these questions coming and people showing up, and where do I go here? Where do I put that? What do you want me to do? And Saturday you can start to relax a little bit and breathe, but Saturday's a long day. It's a
Saturday
long day.
morning was funny for me because I was kind of Cinderella because Patrick's costume was so elaborate and I had to get him into it. So we got up and we got him into his costume, and there was makeup and there was hair to do, and there were things that needed to be zipped and fastened and so on and so forth. And so we finally got him all dressed and out the door, and in comes a couple of my folks that were going to help me get ready for the day. And I'm like, hi, I'm not dressed yet. Give me a moment.
Yep.
The con life.
Yeah. So going into Sunday, we started at 10 a.m. with Eric Stocker Cosplay Creations. So this was an in-depth look at the building of some of his most epic cosplays that he's done, from conception and planning to designing and actual creation. So that was cool to see.
And the debut of, did he then debut or later debut the samurai amazing thing?
Before that, I think it was
before
on
that?
Saturday.
On Saturday he showed it off.
No, he was wearing that most of the day on Sunday.
You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he debuted it on Sunday for this was the plan.
Okay.
Yep.
It's amazing. His samurai Voltron
I saw it
outfit
before
was
the panel,
epic.
but yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I took pictures of him before the panel that morning. Yep.
Yeah.
It was amazing. My goodness.
Yeah.
The level of detail on each and every single piece.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And
you
the
can
first
see
thing,
how much he's improved over costume to costume over the years. Like he's getting he's getting really good.
Which is crazy to say because
he was
the
always
Veritech
good.
cosplay and the Voltron Lion cosplay.
I mean, yeah,
you really
but
can't get any better
everything's
than
just
those.
so. I mean, it's I could never do what he does. I don't know. It's amazing. It just looks so good.
So crafty.
You are very
You're,
crafty.
Very artistic.
the first thing I noticed on the samurai costume was the Japanese numbers, where the lion numbers are.
Yeah.
So it was Japanese instead of the typical numbers.
Right.
That was great.
Yep.
So then at 11 a.m. we had Let's Voltron podcast 10th anniversary. So this was our chance to have all the people that were at VoltCon be part of the podcast. And I thought it went great because I had ideas about how it was going to go, but it turned out better than I thought. It really did. This what happened at 11 a.m. on Sunday for that hour is going to be our 240th episode of the podcast, our 10th anniversary podcast coming in December.
Yay!
So I was happy to be able to have you guys come up on stage too, because I thought that was pretty special. And then to have everybody that was in the room come up on stage.
That was neat. That was really neat.
So yeah,
that was a great idea, Mark. That was entirely Mark's creation, and my goodness, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, so we had Jeremy up there too because he was the original co-host, and boy, his perception of how things went back then, when we started all this is good to have because he was coming from St. Louis and I was coming from Pennsylvania, and we had this idea that hey, we'd like to do a Voltron podcast, and I just happened to have some resources near me people that I worked with that were starting a podcast network. So that's how it all started, and Jeremy was able to get us to call it Let's Voltron. So that was cool. Everything just worked out pretty much from there.
Awesome.
Of course, at this day and age, I for some reason our Facebook account has gotten canceled. So the Let's Voltron page on Facebook is not able to be accessed.
Oh
and
no. What?
Yeah.
Have they responded to you? Because that's been
No.
offline for a really, really long
Yeah.
time.
So they came out and they said something like it violated something, right?
Standards or something.
Because
Right.
of the name
And
just being because it's a copyrighted.
but I mean, I've been out there for years on Facebook, right?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
And none of our stuff has ever done anything, that broke any kind of rules of Facebook. And then all of a sudden they just said, nope, it's in violation, and you can appeal it, right? So I did, obviously, and nobody ever got back to me. And I called support and I tried support, and support at Facebook is horrible. So so there's just no way I can do this. So every time we come out with a new podcast now, I ask Greg to be able to support it on his pages, and then all the Voltron collectors pages.
You just start a new page.
I guess I could.
That might be a good idea, honestly, because
Is it
Took them 10 years to find you the first time.
Yeah.
I don't know, because there are many Voltron groups out there with Voltron in the name, collector groups and all that. I would imagine that the podcast is not the only page that has the word Voltron in it.
Of course
You would think not.
Yeah.
Though just to venture, I will say that I know that Facebook just launched Facebook Music, and as of the moment that they did that, you can't even post a Spotify link to a song.
Wow.
So they've been phasing it so that you can't play music. And I would think that would, because there was a time when we would do a concert,
right?
Like
the
for
Zoom
charity,
concert
we would do
and
like
such.
Zoom concerts and things and post them on Facebook, our own music.
Yeah.
But then it would shut them down because it would hear that Louis Sana and I did a video while we were baking one time, and there was Christmas music playing faintly in the background, and it caught it and canceled the video. So I'm thinking that it's because it's a podcast, and probably their new music platform is going to have podcasts too, and so maybe it's because of that. That's my only venture.
So I know we've kind of gone off on a bit of a tangent, but there are many.
You can trim it if you want.
No. There are many pages out there that have Voltron in the name. So maybe it is a podcast thing, but it's certainly worth trying something again. Better than just letting it disappear off Facebook altogether.
Yeah.
Just leave podcast off of it and just Let's Voltron.
Okay, so getting back to
you are.
Getting back to the program, at 12 noon on Sunday, what do you know, Mullet? Take 5 space explorers, add a pinch of royalty and a touch of humor, stir well, form Voltron. Marika Levine returned for an encore presentation covering all your favorite Voltron characters and a little surprise. So they just, Mama Voltron went over all the Voltron characters.
In a really amusing way.
Yeah.
Then at 1 p.m., we had Voltron Legendary Defender Leadership Styles from your own Ryan Howe.
Yep. He did good. Our little boy's growing up.
He's done some stand-up. We went to one of his sets. We went and saw one of his sets at a restaurant one time.
Yeah, I heard him
I
talking
know.
about that.
Blows my mind. I told you, I'm like, I didn't think you were even funny. I never laughed at anything you've ever said. I don't get it.
No, he's
But
got a great
hey,
sense of humor. He really
He
does.
surprises me all the time.
Ryan's
Yeah.
the Ming of the
The Ming.
of the group. If you've
Not
ever seen,
the Flash Gordon Ming, the comic book man.
yeah,
Ming. He'd like to be the Flash Gordon Ming, but
Yeah. Wow. All right. And then at 2:00 on Sunday, we did Volt Tunes. So this was another one that myself and Shannon did together. So this was all about the fact that there's been lots of music composers that have contributed to all the different Voltron versions. And we went over some of those people, and we talked a lot about how the music helped the shows. And it was really nice going over that because Shannon has a great background in music, and then also just being able to share some of the music that was in all the shows. At the end of the thing, we did a little quiz. and we gave out some of our tchotchkes and stuff like that, like the buttons and stuff like that. And it was
named in your T-shirt.
Yeah, I really have.
It's like his favorite shirt. I had to take it away from him because I worked too many times and wash it.
Sorry.
Putting it in the hamper. He's just putting it back on again because he loved it.
So we enjoyed doing that one. And then, of course, after that was the auction and the closing ceremonies. So
I don't know. It seems like every year it goes faster.
Big group picture, which we've never done before, and that was a great idea. And was
so I did win an auction.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Got a little die-cast lion action going on there.
Nice.
I won one too. I got.
Oh, did you?
But it wasn't particularly Voltron related. I got a copy of The Last Ronin,
Mm.
Eastman
Ninja
and Laird Ninja Turtles book in the hardcover.
Mm-hmm.
Nice copy.
Fun.
It was a great variety of stuff that you had on the silent auction this year.
Oh, fun! The
We had over
quills.
50 items this year.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. A lot of
Yeah,
fun
that-
stuff.
It was an impressive variety. All sorts of good stuff.
Including some of some really great crafts that Kevin did that I really thought were precious.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in all my free time.
One of my favorite things, and I did not win this. I don't recall if I even wound up bidding on it, but I was impressed by it. There was a Voltron colored Tom Baker Doctor Who scarf. So it was really a crazy long scarf done in black, red, green, blue, yellow, and it was great.
It was hard to display because it it was trail onto the floor.
Right.
So needed something to drape it on.
I know who made that. I'll bet I can talk her into making you one too.
It was really cool.
See what I can do.
So, of course, while all that stuff was going on during the whole weekend, we also had the Space Mall where all the vendors were.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the exhibitors, we had Stardrop Studios, Nick Webster Art, DB3D, Troxel's Trading Post, Comic Carnival, Dee's Toy Shop, Pidge's Stitches, The Art of Terrence Muncie, Boss Battle Games, Moonlight Mecha, Jack-O-Lantern Dragons. Oh, by the way, we bought one of those.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we actually got a dragon for my wife's karate instructor.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
And we also bought a group. There was a group there too.
Oh, we've got one of their pieces as well.
There was also
martial artists. That's awesome.
there was also Triple D Prince, Chili Bang Shop, Voltcoin, the Voltron store, Jan Koenig, M. Catherine Clark, the author, Lisa Fidel, the author. Did I pronounce that right?
Yep.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay. Dynamic Sketch Studio.
He was
Molly.
not there this year.
Oh, was not there. Okay.
No,
Sorry.
The shakeups put our stuff there.
Okay.
At the last moment.
Also, Molly Daniels, author, and Kenzie Michaels, author. The Great Yarn Dragon, Heidi Black illustration, and is it David
I
Ruggieri?
think that's correct.
Yeah.
Although I just like to call him David Rugger because it sounds like Die Rugger.
Right.
love it.
Yes. So David is the artist that did the graffiti prints.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool.
Yeah. And then, of course, out in the hallway, you had Jeremy's table, our table, Shannon's table, In Conjunction, Starbase Indie, Who's Your Con, and Cat's Haven. And Eric Stocker had his table out there too.
Yep.
And Marika.
Yeah, and
the
Marika.
Castle of Lions.
The Castle of Lions was out there, and in the corner of the Space Mall was also the Kaltenecker corner for gaming, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
And, yeah, it was really, really fun. And there were some arcade games this time too, which was amazing. I really thought, I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, they were only going to bring one. I thought they asked me if they could bring one, and I think they brought like 3. So it really
They were
spiced up our
awesome.
game corner.
Oh, and they were nice. And I bought a bunch of Pokemon stuff from them.
I really liked our layout this year.
Yeah.
Overall.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It was very festive.
how do you think the hotel did? Did you think the hotel did well this time?
They seem to do
We
well.
had a great,
Yeah.
I mean, well,
I mean, Kevin probably knows more about it, but I know they added more to the room block a couple of times.
yeah. And I liked the space better. I liked the higher ceilings and so on and so forth.
I liked being back there by ourselves. It kind of just being out of the way. People weren't walking through us all weekend like the other
Right.
side. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Although every time I had to go to the front desk, I was like, oh man. I'm gonna get walkie-talkies next year.
We do have cell phones.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
If you want to call and talk to somebody across the country instead of at the front desk, you can just call them on the phone.
Walkie-talkies are fun though. I could look cool with one of those.
That's true. See what we can find.
So what was some of the feedback you got about VoltCon this year?
Our dogs were really adorable in their little mouse suits.
Yeah,
Yes,
we had
they
the space
were.
mice with us.
That's my personal feedback.
I haven't really heard a lot of
It's my
feedback. Have you,
takeaway.
Kevin? I mean, everything I've heard has been positive, but I would like to hear more.
Yeah, there's a few of the feedback forms that were filled out. They're still in all my paperwork, which I haven't even begun to go through yet.
I would say the biggest feedback I would say is let's keep VoltCon going.
Yeah.
I did hear that a few times. Yeah. Which is very nice. Obviously, it's great. It's awesome.
Especially since next year is the 40th anniversary of Voltron.
Woo!
Yeah, we've got to make at least one more year. Do the 40th and take it from there.
Can you believe it's only been 40 years?
Only 40 years.
Only 40.
That's amazing.
Voltron is a spring chicken.
It just seemed like 10 years ago we were celebrating the 30th anniversary.
Oh, man.
That's
That
how
sounds
works.
like math. Oh goodness. Yes, VoltCon, my goodness, it's been fun every year. And it just seems to get better and better. And you guys we're so thankful that you guys put in all the work that you do each and every year to make such an amazing event for so many people to get together and kind of, as Mark mentioned, have a reunion with a found family or get to and get to welcome new found family members each year. It's great. So
Voltron deserves a birthday party.
Absolutely, and thank you guys for all the work you do too. Because
Absolutely.
every time, every year, it seems like the panels level up, and it's even even better.
And we just adore you as people and are excited we get to see your faces in person.
Exactly.
I gotta say it was heartbreaking to miss it last year. It really was, but I was glad I was able to get there in a virtual way, at least on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mark Headroom, it was really cool.
Yeah. one of the nice things that you guys do is for the VIPs, and these are just a lot of the little things that you guys do that make it so special for everybody. You give out these VIP bags, right? And you get the special VIP badges, right? And then in the bag there was Karan's mustache, okay, and then like pins, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's things like stickers, all kinds of stickers, and patches and stuff like that for VoltCon.
Mm-hmm.
I loved those patches.
Yeah, and then of course that's something you can put on your badge. But all these little things that you do in each of the rooms too. When you did the bingo and the tables had all these little things like just spread all over the table, just the little things that you do every step of the way.
Good job, Kevin.
It's all detailed things that everybody notices. And it just makes it that much more special for everyone. I mean, all the food things that you guys do to take care of, the pizza and the Friday night thing and the con suite, and just, oh my gosh, you got snacks, you've got breakfast there for everybody. And we know those all come at an expense and everything. So
and we talk sometimes about trying to dial back some of that stuff, or maybe not do something, or and then I'm like, it's like, we can't stop now. That's part of what makes it what it is, and so we make it work, and it's always been fine. But
we want people to feel at home,
Yeah, that's part of the hospitality. You'll feed people, make them happy.
Your family was there, right, Kevin?
Yeah, a lot.
What was some of the things they said about it?
Well, I think they were amazed that they had no idea, really, after all these years, what it really was. As much as I've talked about it,
Mm-hmm.
actually see it firsthand, they were kind of blown away that we could do something like this. And my brother was kind of cute. He's an ex-Marine, so he shows up his first time being there, and he's got his camouflage on and his Marine's hat, and he's like, these people are a little different. I was like, this weekend in this building, you're the different one, my friend. This is their home this weekend. You're the oddball. Trust me. So it's just interesting them seeing me and my element, and I think they were shocked to see me get on stage and say and do some of the things that my mom was a little bit like in the corner going, "Oh, Kevin, did he just say that? Oh my gosh." So I forget mom was in the room, so I might have said a few things that were off color, but
our boy finally made good.
They all thought it was really cool though, and it was so neat to have them there. And my sister and brother-in-law and their neighbors flew in from Georgia just for the weekend to be there. So
they were super nice.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Plus you have the people from World Events Productions like Tiffany and Bob and Caitlin and everybody at World Events Productions. They really appreciate all the work that you guys put into this, because this is what keeps Voltron going, bringing together people from all over the world into Indianapolis once a year. Boy, there's nothing better than that. It's a Voltron party.
And we really
do it
appreciate
twice
them,
a
you know,
year.
because
Yeah,
they're a big part of it, you know.
absolutely. They could destroy us with their pinky.
But they choose not to.
They choose not to, and that's sweet.
Right. Yeah, so I want to thank you guys again for joining us on Let's Voltron, the official Voltron podcast.
Yeah, thanks for
VoltCon
coming on.
2023.
Thanks
Always
for
a pleasure.
having us.
Thank you so much for having us and for being amazing.
And we'll let you guys know when we get the dates for 2024.
Yay!
We love
So-
you guys.
Forward
Thank you
to-
so much.
Yep.
Yeah, so we will make sure that we bring early mention of VoltCon 2024 out to the masses. So as soon as we get any kinds of details and dates and all that kind of stuff, we'll be bringing that to you.
We're all excited about the 40th.
Yes.
Woo!
Yes, we are. All right. So that's going to do it for us, and we'll see you all next time on
Let's Voltron!
all to see. To paraphrase Optimus Prime, VoltCon's the ride of all sentient